Italy is where world leaders will meet on Sunday to give what officials here are calling a decisive push for efforts to bring about a national unity government in Libya. A UN draft deal has been on the table for months, and now members of the rival parliaments, Saleh Makhzoum and Mohamed Chouaib, say it will be signed on December 16. That follows last week's agreement in Tunis, which saw the warring parties agree on the urgent need to work together. This latest announcement was made in Tunis by UN Special Envoy Martin Kobler, who held last-minute discussions with the two sides, and can be seen as a breakthrough. But even Kobler said the way forward won't be easy.
Many problems remain, but this has to be solved by the new government in place. That's what governments are there for. That's why the implementation phase will start with many open problems, and the United Nations is always ready to support the new government of national accord.
Libya has been at war since the overthrow of Muammar Gaddafi. There are armed groups who have rejected previous attempts to disarm. It is not clear if all of them are backing the UN deal or whether all members of the two rival parliaments will give their support. Italy's foreign minister told us that no deal is perfect, but he is hoping the majority of Libyans will put their differences aside.
And this is the goal of the conference in Sunday, is to have the more inclusive possible solution. So we will not have 100%. I hope we'll have 90%, because we need, obviously, an inclusive solution. Those against a solution supported by all the international community will have the responsibility to contrast something that is strategic for the Libyan people.
For the international community, ending the security and political vacuum in Libya is their strategic priority, and that is why world leaders are throwing their weight and pressuring the Libyans to unite. The West is growing increasingly concerned about the growing strength of Isil. Some officials say Libya is becoming what they're describing as a fallback position for the armed group, since it has been coming under pressure in Syria and Iraq. Italy is particularly concerned, not just because migrants and refugees use Libya as a transit point to reach Europe, but Isil is just a few hundred kilometers away. And Isil has been trying to take more ground and attempting to push into more areas where oil and gas terminals are giving it a source of revenue. The U.S. has already carried out a few airstrikes against Isil in Libya, and the international community hasn't ruled out the option of concerted military action.
I think that we have now to concentrate not on Plan B, but on the effort of the international community to reach a diplomatic agreement. The only solution, the only stable solution, is a Libyan unity government to stabilize the country.
For now, there is an agreement. The days ahead, however, will give an indication on whether the UN deal has the quorum to form what can be called a national unity government. A deal without Libya's main political and military actors could be a recipe for even more violence. Zana Khuder, Al-Jazeera, Rome.